Every year, millions of families buy a Christmas tree. They load it on the car, needles everywhere, sap on the seats, wrestle it through the front door, and hope for the best. And more families don't even have that option. They live in cities. They don't own a car, or they don't own one big enough. For a growing number of people, getting a real Christmas tree delivered isn't a luxury. It's the only way it happens. What if that tree showed up at their door, carried by someone dressed like a nutcracker straight out of a Christmas storybook? That's Treezy. When people look at franchise opportunities, they ask about investments, margins, break even. But it's the question almost nobody thinks to ask. And it's the one that matters most. What does my life look like after I sign? Most franchises work. The model is proven, the customers show up, but so do you. Every day. 12 months a year. You traded a job for a business, but the business owns you just as much as the job did. What if there was a franchise that fit inside your life instead of replacing it? Treezy is a Christmas tree delivery franchise. In the fall, you do some prep, recruiting drivers, lining up community partners, getting organized. Real work, but not all-consuming. Then the delivery window opens, 4 weekends before Christmas. That's it. 4 weekends, and 80% of your season's volume moves through that window. It's intense, it's fast, and by December 23rd, you're done. Not winding down for January, you're done before Christmas. Prospective franchisees always ask us, what do you do the rest of the year? I flip the question. Why are you working 12 months to make your profit when we can make ours in 1? The business is profitable from year 1. By year 2, your initial investment is already paid back. 65% gross margin. That's not a projection, that's what existing operations deliver. Trees are a natural product with a known cost, sold at a price the experience justifies. The model has been running for 13 years and over 165,000 orders. This is not a concept, it's a track record. And unlike most franchises, your customers pay up front when they order. The trees arrive later. Cash flows into your business before the biggest expense even starts. You're funding your operation with customer deposits, not with a line of credit. That changes the risk profile entirely. You don't need to know where to source accessories, how to handle inventory, or even which species grows best in which climate. We know. We've been doing this for 40 years. Treezy provides the product, the platform, the supply chain, the training, and the playbook. You bring the hustle for 4 weekends and the ability to build a team. Everything else, we've already figured it out. Here's something else most franchises can't say. Customers love this. 5,500 Google reviews, 4.9 out of 5 stars. That doesn't happen by accident. It happens because a nutcracker shows up at your door carrying a Christmas tree, interacts with your kids, and turns a delivery into a moment that your family talks about for weeks. Families film it, they share it, they tell their neighbors. Over 70% of customers come back the next year. Once someone has a Treezy Christmas, going back to a parking lot just doesn't feel the same. You're not selling a product people need to be convinced to buy. You're selling something they already love. And you won't be building that customer base alone. Schools, scout groups, minor hockey associations, hospital foundations, they all need fundraising. Treezy gives them a turnkey program. Sell trees to your community, keep a cut for your cause. They're not just selling trees, they're endorsing you. When a parent buys through their child's school fundraiser, that's not an ad, it's a recommendation from an institution they trust. Your partners do the selling, you get the customer this year and every year after. The more partners you sign, the less you spend on marketing. So let's come back to the question from the beginning. What does my life look like after I sign? 4 weekends of real intense work, building something you own, in a community that supports you, selling a product people love, and the rest of the year to do whatever matters to you. That's not a pitch, that's the math. Merry Christmas.